Blessings and welcome. We're diving into the highest timeline and how we can embody the version of ourself that is living in new timelines of possibility, of synchronicity by aligning with our higher self. So, welcome, guys. I am Joshua, and this channel is devoted to helping you tune your frequency into alignment. So, what is your highest timeline? The highest timeline is the highest outcome, best possible outcome that we can imagine, and better or better. Best possible outcome or better. Because also considering the fact that we have a certain bandwidth of what we can conceive the possibilities of the outcome of any given situation, and the fact that we are supported by the universe, and that sometimes the best possible outcomes that are the guidance of a greater possibility of what could fulfill our purpose in life, that could bring us a greater sense of fulfillment, is coming through our higher self. And so as we embody the version of ourselves, realizing that all realities are here and happening simultaneously. So when you shift into a new timeline of possibility, you're shifting into that version of yourself. So to move into the highest timeline is to move into alignment with the highest version of yourself. This is where meditation and prayer as a technology or intention comes in very handy, because we can connect in with the field of all possibilities. In fact, in this moment, by setting the intention to connect into the field of all possibilities, tuning into our heart centers, and imagining the best possible scenario, and connecting with the highest, setting the intention to connect with the highest version of ourselves, we can then connect with that energy and begin to use the power of our imagination. Because our imagination is the image generation. It is that which collapses the wave to the particle. It's that which takes possibilities from the quantum field and starts to give it form. This is what visualization does. Visualization is more for filling in the specifics of your grid. But when you connect in with the energy, that's when you're connecting in with more of the general vibe, the general vibration of your higher self. And as we start to do this inner work of aligning our energy with that and feeling ourselves embodying that, this is why, like, doing meditations, I'm going to be putting up a meditation for stepping into your new self, but meditations where we are anchoring that embodiment of the vision, of the version of ourself that is living in the vision of the life that we want to be living in, and then how we bring that energy into walking meditations. And I'm going to start doing more sharing around this, because walking meditation too is now you're cultivating that energy, and now as you're walking throughout your day, you're now tuning in and centering into how would this version of myself be walking. Joe Dispenza talks about this in Becoming Supernatural. It's where you're tuning into the heart portal, and then you're feeling the posture of yourself as wealthy, happy, whole, and free. And now you're walking into your life with that energy and that posture, and also just meditating, right? There's also just that aspect of like being very, very present in the moment and staying in that meditative state as you're walking. that we can start to access these states of consciousness, because that's what these parallel realities are. They're states of consciousness. And our state of consciousness has to do with the composition of the energies, emotions, thoughts, and beliefs that are informing our subjective point of view, which is generated by our subconscious. So it's beneath the surface. And when we go deeper into ourself and we go deeper into our vibration, and we start to as well listen to music that inspires us and create an atmosphere in our everyday life where we are tuning into that most abundant vibration, that most expansive possibility, ourselves creative. Again, tuning into the breath, because the breath is the link between mind, body, and spirit. The breath, as you meditate too with breath, now you can, when you become aware of your breath throughout your day, you can bring yourself back into flow state. You can bring yourself back into the moment. It's here and now. Like, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, and now is where your power is. And this is all happening simultaneously. That's why I say create heaven on earth. Heaven is your mind state, earth is the material plane. It is your manifestation. It's the earth itself. Literally, heaven on earth is a mind state in your life. And so when you start to act as a conduit and align your intentions with God, your God-given desires, and realize that your higher self and you are an expression of the divine. You are a divine expression. That's what the last video I made was about. So if you want to check that out, I went deeper into that. But basically how you start to manifest these divine qualities of abundance, of peace, of love, of joy, of flow, of creativity through your experience by tuning yourself as an instrument to the vibrational states. I also have other meditations on the channel. When the new one is ready, I'll put it up here, or tuning into the new self-embodiment, because that's really what brings it together, is also the power of your expectation. So in the way saying highest timeline, which is now becoming popular because we're weaving it into the culture, is a spell, because it's you're expecting the best case scenario every time. And because your expectation is a belief and your beliefs create your reality, you're now setting yourself up with the auto-suggestion of the reprogramming of your subconscious mind to be in the vibrational momentum of expecting the highest timeline. As you are now installed that as a belief, you are now expecting that outcome, and now you are attracting based on that as you embody and lean into becoming that version of yourself and becoming new versions of yourself, because it's not static. That's the thing about this, is that your identity, when you look at the magic of identity, so think your beliefs are thoughts that you habitually think. Your identity is a collection of beliefs you hold, right? So who you believe yourself to be, how you see yourself, is so core to all this. And for me, growing up, I had self-worth issues related to abandonment, and I saw myself, it was like I took on this image of somebody who felt like a failure. And then as I went on my journey and did the energy work around that, I saw myself as someone who was inherently worthy, and that through those experiences, I have these powerful gifts to share. So I reframed that over those years, and I became more identified with being a conscious creator and with being someone who has magic and energy to share with the world. And as I started shifting into this, I'm started to now do the things like be, do, or have anything. It's like being and becoming and embodying the version of who you want to be. You will get inspired. That law of attraction thing is real, but what links the inspiration between mind and body, between spirit and matter, is taking the action when you actually get called to take the action, which is like me showing up and doing this video for you. Is like the more that you train that, the more that you wire that in. But to wire that in, you got to create space, and that's what clearing your energy does. And allows you to get your hands in the clay, but that clay has to be malleable. That is what the receptive mode is. That is what the receptivity of the subconscious allows for. For the seeds of your intentions to take root in the fertile soil. And so as you start to become and embody these different versions of yourself, it's like you're also like letting go of your attachment to this character, the ego shape, and allowing yourself to become new ones and even try out and allow yourself to evolve through it as well. Because here's the thing about it, is that there is a golden seed, like a lotus seed within you, of kind of like an overall intention that we have coming in here. It's like something that your heart desires. And as you lean into becoming that, you start to shed these old layers and you start to discover the new version of you, of who it is that you truly want to be. Because in being that and in expressing your divine expression of your gifts, you start to take the actions that version of you would take, and then you would then naturally attract the life and the things and the relationships that you would have on that highest timeline. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Many blessings. We'll get that meditation up, and peace. We will see you in the next synchronicity portal transmission thing. Bye.